Python 3, Unbound local error, local variable reference before assignment. The following code gives the error unbound local error column local variable var1 reference before assignment. How can I fix this?
This is because, even though var1 exists, you're also using an assignment statement on the name var1 inside of the function, var1 equals 1 at the bottom line. Naturally, this creates a variable inside the function's scope called var1. Truthfully, a equals or plus equals will only update, reassign, an existing variable, but for reasons unknown, likely consistency in this context, Python treats it as an assignment. The Python interpreter sees this at module load time and decides, correctly so, that the global scope's var1 should not be used inside the local scope, which leads to a problem when you try to reference the variable before it is locally assigned. Using global variables, outside of necessity, is usually frowned upon by Python developers, because it leads to confusing and problematic code. However, if you'd like to use them to accomplish what your code is implying, you can simply add, inside the top of your function. This will tell Python that you do not intend to define a var1 or var2 variable inside the function's local scope. The Python interpreter sees this at module load time and decides, correctly so, to look up any references to the aforementioned variables in the global scope. Some resources. The Python website has a great explanation for this common issue. Python 3 offers a related non-local statement, check that out as well.
If you set the value of a variable inside the function, Python understands it as creating a local variable with that name. This local variable masks the global variable. In your case, var1 is considered as a local variable, and it's used before being set, thus the error. To solve this problem, you can explicitly say it's a global by putting global var1 in new function.
You can fix this by passing parameters rather than relying on globals.
I don't like this behavior, but this is how Python works. The question has already been answered by others, but for completeness, let me point out that Python 2 has more such quirks. Python 2.7.6 returns an error. Python sees the f is used as a local variable in f for fn, 1, 2, 3, and decides that it is also a local variable in f3. You could add a global f statement. It does work. However, f becomes 3 at the end. That is, print, f for fn, 1, 2, 3, now changes the global variable f to 3, so it is not a function anymore. Fortunately, it works fine in Python 3 after adding the parentheses to print.
Why not simply return your calculated value and let the caller modify the global variable? It's not a good idea to manipulate a global variable within a function, as below. Or even make local copies of the global variables and work with them and return the results which the caller can then assign appropriately.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.